Hi, good morning guys. So that's my Honda CB350 anniversary edition Honda Highness. I've purchased this bike in the month of January 2022 and right now it's the end of Feb. I've completed my first service. After my first service I rode down from Mumbai to Mangalore, which is a total of 1000 kilometers, and during the journey there's a lot of accessories which I've added before and some I've added later. So I'll just take you around all the accessories which have been installed and what all are the various things that are there. I've already done one part of the video wherein I've explained certain accessories. I'll just top up on the additional ones which are there. Okay. So the very first thing that you can see is basically this visor. This visor which has been installed is from Royal Enfield Himalayan. The only thing that I've done is I've tinted it with a filament, if you can see. And the mounting point, if you can see, this is the mounting point. So that is the connecting rod. It's connected via this. So I had to open up the front screw with the Allen key and then top it up with just wrench it in. That's the fitting for this. Performance wise, I wouldn't say really a boon. It's just more of an aesthetic look. It doesn't help that much, but yeah, may remove it also in the future, just keeping it for the time being. Next thing is basically these mirrors. Now these mirrors are basically from the Suzuki Bergman. That's how they look like, or it was even on the Intruder. The reason why I swapped on for the mirrors, or I changed the mirrors, if you can see, they are much wider in the way they look. So the field of view is much better in terms of the mirrors, and if you can see, they have a little tint as compared to the original glass that you get, the mirrors that you get. So they are a bit good. I'm definitely putting in some blind spot mirrors here. So overall, it's a good feature and it looks good. The one that I've already covered in the past is basically the Bobo BM4 mount, which I had installed long back. The entire journey of 1000 kilometers, it held up very quick, good basically. The entire speed of say 100 plus, I didn't have any wobble or anything. It was firm enough. I didn't have to use the rubber stamps. It was good all by itself. And that's how it looks from the front when you're riding. This is your front cockpit view, you could say. Moving on, one of the major accessories that was there is my Zana crash guards. If you can see, they're mounted on top over here, 0.2, 0.3. There are 3 mounting points, and these are sliders along with it. Now, okay, another thing that I've installed before I could come over here is the bash plate or engine bash plate by BS Auto Accessory. You can see this, it covers the entire length of the engine. And after my ride, when I saw there's a lot of dust accumulated over here, so definitely it's not directly hitting the engine and I don't have to spend time cleaning the engine, so it's a good thing. Mud flaps. So these mud flaps are very helpful and they take in or cover a lot of dust falling in from the engine to the engine. One major update, or the one which is really helpful, you can see others fog lights. Now these are auxiliary lights by Maddog. You can see this model is the Scoutx. I have mounted them onto my front forks over here. This is the mounting. This ideally is more of a Himalayan mounting, but companies like Motodrift in Bangalore, as well as certain other company like Bandidos, they make these mounts, so you can purchase it from them and then you can mount a fog light. So the reason why I shifted it from up here to here is because over there's a lot of light which was consumed by the folks over here and the throw wasn't that great. It was sufficient, but it was misuse of those lights. So rather I put it over here and the light throw is much better now. And you can adjust the tilt angle. You have various filters to change around with it, so it's not a challenge. One more accessory which I had already spoken about is my Handlebar Riser. If you can see, this is by Carbonracing. This is a perfect fit. If you can see, it's a direct fit onto the stock handlebar. You really not notice it as an extension. So cleverly done, and again finished in black paint. So good job by Carbonracing. Yeah. Moving on, I had added an extra backrest, leg rest for the pillion. Basically the reason is because for a long duration if you keep your leg here, it starts to pain, so this helps in giving a better comfort to the pillion. The side saddle stays are basically from Honda itself. These are the stock which has come from Honda, right? The one I've purchased from Honda itself. You can look. So my bags were mounted on this and they were pretty sturdy. I didn't have an issue. And for the pillion, this side is already this rack, so you don't have an issue, so it's good enough. One more major accessory update was this Zana top rack. Sorry, not Zana top rack, this is from Hyperrider, my bad. The reason I opted for Hyperrider is basically because of this. You can see in some other top racks there is a beam over here. Now my concern was, first of all, this is a split seat setup, so if you can see it's completely used up some inches of it. So this is the case for all majority of all the top racks which are coming in. All of them are in the same condition, so it uses a lot of space, but it's a compromise you have to do right now. So here if you can see, this doesn't hamper with that extra angle affecting the pillion who's sitting. Someone healthy, it will not impact them, so this is much more easier to install. And the top rack over here, I have a backrest also. I'll just show you in a minute. So the backrest mounts here, at the moment I've removed it because someone who's sitting on the bike will have to basically climb over and then come, and my legs don't touch all the way down, so I don't have the confidence right now to seat someone. So at the moment I've removed it, but in time I'll put it back, so you can mount the backrest over here. Quality wise, this is pretty sturdy. The additional points over here, I used it for tying up my bungees. I'll be sharing my pictures later on. One piece of advice: when you're installing this, make sure first you install your seat and then you put in, then you apply the top rack. The reason is split seat, basically here there's a connecting rod in between, so when you place it in, definitely because of this part you will not be able to squeeze it in as normal, so it's better you place the seat first and then put it up. I had challenges with this mount. I had to extend it and a lot more things that I had to do. I bent the cut and made it more straight so that it touches all the way down, and a little help from Honda, Big Wing and some other people also to get it aligned for. A similar accessory that I've done is basically, if you can see, this mud flap. So this mud flap is same as the front one. Right now what they've done is they've put in up a hole and they have riveted with this, they have put it with the zip ties over here itself. So overall it makes saves this area from getting dusted altogether, and it keeps it clean. One more update that I wanted to call out is that I had a small crash, basically on a standstill point. On a curve, I was waiting for a car to come in and I lost my balance. Basically opened up my clutch, it zipped up and I lost my balance, it fell down. And definitely because of the weight, I don't want to keep it on me, I left the bike as is. So it was on a standstill, it fell down. So the damages you can see is a little scratch here. The bike was completely flat down this way. So not major damages, but yeah, slight ones. You can see it hit on the tarmac directly. Majority of my weight was borne by the sliders. So we can see the sliders also have a little wear out here and there, but not major. So yeah, it's basically helpful. It didn't impact my tank here a little and nothing. I was very curious about any crash happening and this getting damaged, and that wasn't the scenario. And maybe a small scratch or dent over here. It's not that visible, but yeah, there is a little one. Overall, that's how it performed. Let me just do one thing. Let me get the backrest and show you how the backrest looks like. Okay, carrying on. So this is the backrest. This is again by Hyperrider. Ideally this backrest comes in black. You can see this is how it has been made. Just do one thing. Let me just place it here. Yeah, so that's how it will ideally look. It comes in black, so I changed the material to somewhat leather brown to match up with this shade. And if you can see, this is how it will mount up, right? So it's quite sturdy and it will not bend because of an extra angle given. I don't see it's bending as such. Right now I've not mounted it, so definitely the way you mount it is you can just place it over there, and then you have these threads which can be attached down below, and it can be a firm mount. So what I've done is I've placed my luggage here. I placed a duffel bag here, kept the saddle, kept the backrest as is, so that duffel bag basically became a complete back portion support for me when I was riding the entire journey. I didn't have any back pain per se. So yeah, that's all the accessory that I've installed on the bike, and this is how. Okay, let me just put it back. Okay. So this is how it looks like right now, the complete look. One more thing is, I had put that on the number plate. I've put in the plate cover so that it doesn't wobble much. Yeah, that's how the look is. So if you wish to accessorize them, I will be sharing the links to all the accessories. I've already done that in the past. The additional ones I'll add up, I'll top up over here, and then you can purchase it from multiple places. Need not you go to the store specifically, you can order it online. But fitting them, basically it's better that you have a good mechanic that can guide you or help you. The mirrors, the visor, it's quite easy, you don't have an hassle for it. But otherwise, for the top rack and all, I would recommend that you visit a mechanic and do it. If you are able to do it, good enough, but be careful of how you're removing the mounting points and putting it back. So yeah, thanks guys, thanks for joining in, and I'll be uploading more videos about my journey and my trip. Thank you. So one more accessory I missed on talking about was the Sahara Seats. So basically these are gel padded seats from Sahara. You can see it very much. The design is very good and the quality of stitching etc is very nice. So basically what happens in this case is you can just slide over or put it over on the standard stock seats, and you can just put it on top. The fitting is very nice. If you see, cushioning is good. There's gel padded etc, so you have multiple option of gel padding, rubber foams etc etc. You can go to the website and you can add these details up. Recommended it, definitely it's a good purchase. But if you want customized to your own needs, then in your own city you can search for what's the best option that you have. But as an online product, this is good to go.